I just saw a comment on one of my previous videos from Eldon, and he linked to a dribble shot by a guy named Eddie. And it's this really cool interaction that Eddie made, and Eldon was wondering if I could recreate it in Flinto. When I first looked at it, I thought, ooh, that's a little bit of a tough one. I might not be able to do it. But actually, it turned out to be really easy. I tried for a couple minutes, and I was able to do it. So I'm going to show you how I did it. Be sure to follow Eddie on Dribble. I want to make sure he gets full credit for coming up with this interaction, and I hope he doesn't mind me recreating it. So I'm linking to his dribble shot in the description of this video. And remember, if you have a tutorial or something you'd like to see about Flinto, leave a comment, because I really do read those, and I do make videos based on the suggestions I get. Okay, to recreate this, I'm going to need a few things. I need a header. So I'm going to press T to insert text, and I'm just going to type the word header. Make that a little bit bigger. All right, then I'm going to need a line underneath the header. So I'm going to press V to access the vector tool, and click once here, hold shift, and then click on the right. I'll press escape a couple times to get out of that. And I'm going to turn off the fill and turn on the border. I'll make the border 2 points wide and set it to middle. And then I'm going to use this blue color for that border. Next, I need a hamburger menu. So I'm going to press V, draw a couple dots for a line there. And I'm going to select this line, press Command Option C, which is copy style. And then I'll select the line I just drew, press Command Option V to paste that exact same style. Now I'm going to hold Option and drag down on this line, and then press Command D to duplicate it. And there's my hamburger menu. I'm going to zoom in on this and nudge these in a little bit closer actually. I'll press Command 0 to zoom back out. And now I need a circle that goes around the hamburger menu. And I'm going to press Command Option V to paste the same style for that circle. I'll select those three lines and group them. Press Command R to rename the group, and I'll call it hamburger. Okay, now I'm going to select the entire hamburger menu and position it over this line. And let's see, how much space do I want to have from the left? I'm going to go with 20. So I'm going to put this here as a little guide, and then I'll put one over on this side. And let's position this like that, and this line right at the base of the circle. Stretch this over, move the header over, and I'll delete these little guides. Okay, so I've got the basic setup ready here. I want to add a few rectangles just so I have something to scroll. So I'm just going to put a few rectangles here. I'll select all of those, click Scroll Group, and drag that up to the top and make sure that this is at the bottom. Then I'll click on the preview just to test out that scrolling. Okay. Now this line should actually extend out to here, 20 points from the right. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to duplicate this line by option dragging it, shift it over, and then take the width down so it's like just this little extra segment. And I'm doing that because this is something you need to account for in this transition. When you have just the line appearing, it should go all the way to the right. But when it's animating in and out of the circle, you don't want that extra bit hanging over. And in the dribble shot, he accounted for this by kind of animating it to the right and then doing the animation. I think I'm just going to have this extra segment just disappear when the animation starts. Okay, so this circle shouldn't be visible at the start. And the way I'm going to hide it, instead of like fading it out or resizing it down, is to use the start percent. And you can see as I adjust the start percent, the line starts to disappear. And if I go all the way around, it's totally gone. But I want the opening to be at the bottom. So I'm going to hold Command and rotate this, Command and Shift to rotate it in 45-degree increments and get it positioned this way so that as I adjust this, you can see that it kind of nicely matches up with the line below it. So I'll put it all the way at 100% so that you can't see the circle at all. And this is the starting point of this animation. Now I'll select everything here, all the layers, and I'm going to click Behavior. So we'll go into the Behavior Designer and set up the animation. So the initial state looks like this. I'll create a new state, And in the new state, the circle is going to reappear. So let me change the start percentage back to 0. This little segment is going to disappear. So I'm just going to fade that out. And this line is going to disappear by animating in this way. So I'm adjusting the start percent of this line until it comes all the way to the circle and it's gone. So let's try the animation. That's pretty cool. I think that I could maybe improve this little segment here, the way it disappears. It just fades out right now. What if I resize it in as well? I think that works. Maybe this one should animate out really quickly though. So like 150 milliseconds. So that it's less noticeable. I don't know, maybe that's too fast. Let's try 300. That looks okay. All right, so how do we get between these states? Well, in his, it was swiping up that caused it. Well, I'm gonna take it one step further and make it be based on the actual scroll position. So I'll go to the initial state, select the scroll group, click Create Link, and target the new state. So what this means is that as I scroll over this range, the animation will happen. So let me open the preview, and I'll try scrolling. You can see as I scroll, the animation happens, and it goes back the other way. Now that little segment that sticks out here, that kind of bothers me. I almost feel like I should just ignore that and not have it at all. So let me try going back into the canvas, selecting that and hiding it. Click the little eye next to it in the layer list. Go back into the preview. Yeah, I kind of prefer that. But what a cool little animation and not too hard to set up inside of Flinto for Mac. I hope this gives you some ideas. And I'm linking to the original dribble shot in the description of this video, so be sure to give that a like, show some support for the creator of this interaction, and follow him.